Ritty Ramble, episode 53. Hello. It's been quite a while since I've actually been in front of the camera. Now, the last episode I recorded, I was behind the camera, hands were in, but I'm not a hand model. And I told you about my camera and the shoes I bought. That was recorded back in June, and it took me 6 months to actually get to the point where I edited it. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. One of those reasons is because when I went to edit it that night, I couldn't. I put it into Premiere Pro, CS6 at the time, and the video was there but no audio. Looked online, found that, what do you know, no longer, well, for some reason it doesn't support the audio codec that I use, which is a codec which a lot of cameras use because it's a high definition format. So I'm a bit like, what? So anyway, I installed CS5. No, it had broken the codecs for all old versions as well. So I didn't want to have to reinstall like Windows and everything, because that's the only way, because the files were there, that was it. Because I even removed CS6, CS5 still wouldn't work. So I waited until my solid state drive arrived, and the solid state drive has been absolutely awesome. Haven't had an issue, it runs really fast, and it gave me an opportunity to turn a couple of things off, which add like 30 seconds to the boot time, because I was a noob when I first set up my computer. And so it's been running a lot faster, and also a new power supply, because I had too small a power supply. Apparently 640 watts is too small, I need 850. But anyway, so got solid state installed, got CS5 installed, it tested it, it worked, didn't do anything. And so I just kept on going with my normal life. And then eventually I decided, okay, I'm going to record it. No, sorry, edit it. And what I decided is that it just so happens that because I've got that episode, if I edit it and upload it, and then record another episode, then that means it gives me that week to either edit it, or even if I edit it straight away, it gives me that week to then go, okay, well, come up with ideas, etc. And then I can upload that previous one and record the next one, which means that I'm a week ahead. Granted, that means a week worth of news or something could be missed, and I may not actually keep this format, but it gives me the opportunity to go, well, fuck, I just missed the opportunity to record. Well, I've got something to upload, and gives me that week to then record something else. So I can sort of try and get something out every week for you. And something you may notice is there's a lot more light in here. Now, I will show you a short video at the end of what I'm actually using, but I bought some new lights to sort of really light everything up and try and get natural light. I think it was $30 for the actual lights, total 1000 watts, but I bought different bulbs, so it's the blue which makes it a clear light. And that's that sort of thing, which is to the side. Now, in my last video I noticed there's a couple of things which I said which now currently aren't true. Uploaded it anyway. One of those things is I do not have a girlfriend anymore. We were together for 5.5 months, and then stuff happened, but I don't need to go through that with you. It's my life, not yours. But the point being is, I'm dating the same girl. We are trying to work it out, and the idea is that we will work towards actually getting back together again. So I'm still not available, I'm sorry. And I'm still working at the council. My year contract ended, but I got an extension of 2 months, well, almost 2 months, which took me up to Christmas, 21st December. Merry Christmas. But I got my Christmas present yesterday, which was a letter to say that you're an offer of another contract to start from then to go to end of March. So I'm employed there until the end of March, which means that I'm not having no money to support my lots of bills and all my spending that I've been doing. because I have bought a couple of things like a tablet and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so that's the news style things, but I have started to explore something called XBMC, which is Media Center, and I did buy a little box. Actually, off one of my workmates, he bought it, had it for 2 weeks, he didn't have enough time to play around with it, and it's still being developed, so I kind of understand that. And so I bought it off him, a lot cheaper than what he paid for, but he was happy, so that's fine. And I've been playing with it, it works, but there's an issue. I don't think it's quite powerful enough to actually do some of the high definition formats that I have. Because I've got my NAS box, D-Link NAS-323 if you cared, which has the 3TB hard drive with all the TV shows and movies and thing, which is a backup. And then XBMC box in my lounge room with network cable, which I already had out there, like going out there to my PlayStation, but I've bought a router which goes to the PlayStation, Xbox, and this Media Center. So it's not like it's a wireless issue or anything, it's just the fact that I just don't think it's powerful enough to decode it, because the audio is going fine and the video is about 5 to 10 seconds behind, which is not fun. And if I can be bothered, this is a little example of what it was actually like. So it was not fun. But yeah, so I've bought a HP micro server which should arrive on this coming Monday, and by the time this video goes up I probably will actually have it. And so it's a server, I don't actually know how big, I think it's actually sort of decent sort of size. 4 hard drive bays, and I've got a graphics card to go in it, and it will then run XBMC, something called OpenELEC, which is an operating system with just XBMC on it, meaning it'll just, you turn it on, boot straight to it, and then you choose the movies or TV shows, and the reason I like XBMC is because it's fancy. Like, you go to TV shows, and it shows you all your TV shows, you just scroll down over it, and it gives you a little bit of details about it, and a little picture from it, and the background changes to a poster about it or something like that. You go into it and you've got your seasons, and it has actual DVD season covers, and you go in and then it's got each episode and has a screenshot from each episode. And then movies are similar. The theme or the display I like is where it shows all your DVD, Blu-rays, movies, it's a thing all across, and you scroll left to right to it and shows the information, a picture, actor, director, all that information that you could ever want. And also it does give you the option to watch a trailer. So instead of my previous situation, which is where I had all my movies on my computer on 2 hard drives, one for the main stuff and ones I didn't care about, and then I had another hard drive which was the original high definition copies of some of these movies, because I had to convert them to play them on the PlayStation. And then I then copy these files to a media server, so then the PlayStation could then play it. Which meant that that was a lot of dicking around. Whereas now I've got a friend over, instead of having to take him to my computer to go, okay, what do you want to watch? We can just go to the TV, go to movies, and I can choose the year, or I can choose a genre, or I can choose an actor, or even just look through all of them alphabetically. And I can sort it by year on this thing as well, but anyway. And then they can choose, and if they're not sure about one, I can just go watch a trailer. No, I didn't really feel like that. And keep looking, I watch a trailer. Yeah, I want to watch that, and just hit play, and away we go. So that's the effect I sort of want. So I've still got to figure out how I'm going to get it to be controlled, whether I'm just going to use the phones and tablets that I and my mum have, or whether I'm going to try and get an infrared remote. So I'll worry about that down the track. But for now, it's just, yeah, it's in the works. And it might even replace my NAS box, because if I can share from it, it's got 4 hard drive bays, it's a bit more powerful, because my current box is sort of, if you're copying movies to it, don't try and access it from the same computer or any other computer, because it will probably just sit there and go, no, I can't find it. So, yeah. But I think that pretty much covers the more recent spending. I still plan on showing the RC car. I have got some with my Contour helmet camera attached to it, although I tend to aim it down too much that when you're watching you sort of feel motion sick rather than getting its point of view. So I've got to probably will take it out again with the Contour and get better footage before I actually show you. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And for some of you like my workmates and not girlfriends or ex, but with dating, you probably haven't seen any of my videos before or didn't know that I did them. So this is going to be something that's going to be different for you, and you'll probably comment or laugh at me in this thing, but I don't give a fuck. So, that's me rambling on. I did it in one take, and I won't have to edit a single thing out. Yes, I love it when I do that. And I'm going to grab the camera now and show you the lights. I also should mention that my background was my workbench, which is a little bit messy. But I'm partway through a couple of projects. But thanks to a workmate, I have a light mounted up the top there, and I installed that and put a switch to turn it on and off. So, and that just goes to a power supply. Yes, I have lots of crap in here, extendable ladders and shit, and my steering wheel and that, bowling balls. But here's the light. So it's one of the tree style tripod mount ones. It's got two lights on there and quite bright. One of those is 500 watts and I've got two of them. And as you can see, once it focuses or exposures right, you can see that little blue sort of glow. That's the blue coating on the outside to make it really clear. And if I zoom back out again and let it get the exposure back, which it's probably not going to do with me pointing at it. There we go, exposure's back. So it's quite bright. Now if I get the tripod and set it up, you'll actually see the light glow when I turn it off. So, okay, so just before I turn them off, you'll notice that you'll see, if I can use my finger, just there, and there you can see the reflections of the actual light. Now that's because of the two image stabilizer lenses at the front of the camera that move around. So I'm now going to turn it off and hopefully quickly zoom in on the glowing bulbs. So unfortunately there's no switch, but as you can see straight away, focus, damn it, focus, there we go. Still a little bit of glowing. Not much, but a little bit. It would have really helped if I had that light on too. But anyway, so that's focus, come on. But that's the sound of my dog playing with a ball outside to try and get my attention. No, sound of him playing with the gecko. Wonderful timing. Anyway, so the blue bulbs, and yeah, so that's what has lit this up. And I'm currently using the little video light, which is actually pretty decent for just pointing at things. The colour's pretty good too. So this is where I'll wrap it up. Bye. Oh, and just wanted to quickly mention also, because the dog distracted me with his gecko playing, those lights are extremely hot. When I first turned them on, I saw smoke coming from dust sitting on the glass, and there's warnings about not touching them for like 5 minutes after use because they get that hot. But also don't have anything within a meter of them when they're on, so I had to be careful with my placement of the camera. So yeah, just wanted to mention they are quite hot. So yeah.